What's up guys? I just found the best lavalier kit that you can use as a content creator. It's called the SYNCO G2 A1. It doesn't deliver a sound as good as the Rode Wireless Go, but we're gonna modify in post-production and it's gonna sound better even than the Rode Wireless Go. Now this is the SYNCO G2 A1. And we're gonna open it and see what it has inside. We got a receiver and a transmitter. You can connect the lavaliers to the camera through this cable. And they're marked on both sides so you know where to connect. This is a dead cat for the lavalier because the transmitter also has an integrated microphone. A sponge for the lavalier microphone. This is the lav mic which can be attached to the main lavalier. This is a charger cable. Two ends for both the transmitter and the receiver. And it also has USB-C. And this is the cable to connect to the phone or tablet. Let's turn it on. First the receiver, then the transmitter. I'm gonna put the sponge on the microphone. I'm gonna connect it to the transmitter. Just like that. And also you can use another type of microphone that uses 3.5mm jack. Let's also put the dead cat on. Now this dead cat does an amazing job while recording in wind. The receiver has a reset button on the top, then a gain button, and a button to link the transmitter with the receiver. Placed side by side, the transmitter, instead of a gain button, it has a low pass filter, which cuts the low frequency noises like air conditioning or traffic. We also have clips on both of them. It makes it way easier to attach it to a coat or a belt. On the screens you can see the gain, which is set to +12 for me. We can also monitor our sound so it won't clip. One thing I wish it have is the signal strength and also a percentage on the battery. You can also see if it's muted or not, and also an icon to see if it's connected or not. They have been charged at the same time, but as you see there is a difference between the batteries of the receiver compared to the transmitter. The plastic doesn't feel cheap, it's lightweight, but you might have difficulties seeing the screen in the sunlight. You also have an output and a headphone jack. Use the output to connect it to the camera or recorder. I used the headphone jack to monitor the sound while recording at showers. The transmitter was connected to a supercardioid mic to record on one direction, since the lavaliers has omnidirectional microphones, which means that they record from all directions. This is a sound test with the microphone that came with the lavalier of the SYNCO G2 A1. And this is a test with the lavalier itself. Now what I'm gonna do is connect my camera microphone, my Movo VXR10 Pro, and see how this sounds. Now this is a test using the lavalier, the SYNCO G2 A1 with the Movo VXR10 Pro. Now as you see, if I'm speaking straight into the mic, the quality is really good. Now I'm talking straight into the cardioid microphone, as you see when I talk straight into it. But when I rotate the Movo VXR10 Pro, which is this one, it will sound a bit different because this is a cardioid mic. You have to remember that. It can be used with a cardioid mic until you run out of batteries, of course. So while I'm rotating my hand with the Movo VXR10 Pro, you're gonna see some changes in the sounds. It will be a lower volume, and yeah, I'm just continuing testing. The microphone is facing the camera right now, and probably you're gonna hear me a bit off because it's not pointing straight to my mouth. I think it's great improvement of the sounds using the Movo VXR10 Pro, another perfect choice for when you want to record something on a stage, maybe, so you can maybe attach the lavalier mic or get the Movo VXR10 Pro cardioid mic if you don't want sounds from other directions, just straight on. This is a great option, and it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo VXR10 Pro, and I'll have some affiliate links down in the description. Now let's switch to Davinci Resolve and see if we can improve our sound. So we are here in Davinci Resolve 17. I got the track selected. It's called Voice Improve. We're gonna improve the voice from here. The SYNCO G2 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo VXR10 Pro. So we're gonna use this tool to select what we want to loop. Boom, just like that. Click here once, mine's already activated, and repeat it with Alt / to play. And it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2 with... Okay, now let's start. Go to the equalizer, activate it. Activate band 1 and 6. Make the band 2 continuous. For the... We need to change this in order to have the Q factor, because we're gonna play with it. Now start in the middle. Let's start with band 3, for example. Raise up the gain, the Q factor, and we're gonna listen for a hiss, a whistle kind of sound. You're gonna hear that in a second. Now we already selected, just play Alt / on Windows. And it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo VXR10 Pro. And I'll have some affiliate links down in the description. Now let's switch to Davinci Resolve and see if we can improve our sound. And it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo VXR10 Pro. And I'll have some affiliate links down in the description. Now let's switch to Davinci Resolve and see if we can improve our sound. Now that is what I was looking for. Okay, now we should lower the gain to -5. I found it to be a great result. And the Q factor to 3, around 3. Like that. We're gonna do the same thing with band 4. We're gonna increase the gain, increase the Q factor, and we're gonna play with Alt / And it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo VXR10 Pro. And I'll have some affiliate links down in the description. Now let's switch to Davinci Resolve and see if we can improve our sound. And it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo VXR10 Pro. And I'll have some affiliate links down. Okay, just heard it. So reduce the gain again to -5. And the Q factor to 3. Alright. And now we'll get to play with the bass and the high frequency sounds. Let's listen again, and this is depending on what you prefer, more bass or clearer high frequencies. Alt / again. And it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo. Reduce the Q factor so it will influence on more frequencies. And it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2A1 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo VXR10 Pro. And I'll have some affiliate links down in the description. Now let's switch to Davinci Resolve and see if we can improve our sound. And it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2A1 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo VXR10 Pro. And I'll have some affiliate links down in the description. Now let's switch to Davinci Resolve and see if we can improve our sound. And it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2A1 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo VXR10 Pro. And I'll have some... Now I'll let you hear with and without the equalizer. I'm gonna deactivate it from here and listen to how it sounds, how the original sounds like. What am I saying? You got the point. And it's very cheap actually. The SYNCO G2A1 with the receiver on the cam and the Movo VXR10 Pro. And I'll have some affiliate links down in the description. Now let's switch to Davinci Resolve and see if we can improve our sound. And it's very cheap actually. And I think yes, this is an improvement. This is way better than what we started with. So thanks for watching. That was about it with this video. In another video I'm working now on a noise reduction tutorial. And yeah, stay tuned. Subscribe to see when I will post, and like my videos if you find it useful. Thanks for watching.